Welcome to the therapy stream. Hi, no intros, no nothing. We're just going straight into this crap. I've been to my dad's dinner, bless him, man. It's like, I just feel like I was the miserable git in there. And here we are, talking about Forest again. Yet another defeat, yet another dump of a performance, yet another shit show. And I'm up to here with it, man. I'm up to here with it. I see you've now changed your allegiances to Palmeiras.
No, I'm showing solidarity with my Brazilian brothers. Free the Brazilians.
Hashtag free Scarpa. Hashtag free Scarpa. Can you explain this one to me? It's just, guys in the chat, how are you all feeling now? Look, we're going to open this up. We haven't done this for a while. We're going to open this up. Come have your say. I'm just going to put the link in the chat. If anyone wants to come in and vent or cry or tell us we're wrong or whatever it is.
Or tell us that we're wrong and everything's okay.
Yeah. I could do with hearing a few happy clappers. So if you're a happy clapper, in your comment, let us know why the world is still rosy. Oh, my God.
Coming on.
Huh?
Stoney said they'll come on in 30 minutes.
Let's see what the chat is saying. How you doing, Martin? Something needs to change because today we're shite again. It's like they go away on a school trip for a break. Crap. Tommy, good to see ya. Worrell and Lingard. Martin's got some stuff on his chest, that's for sure. Lingard should not be putting on the red shirt again in the Premier League. Shocking. Frankie, how are you? Have I mellowed out? No, because I've literally been facing my brother for the last 2 hours, and even this is how bad it is. Even he couldn't bring himself to rub it in. He couldn't bring himself to rub it in. After all the crap I've given him all week, all the years and everything, he couldn't bring himself. That's how pathetic we are, that opposition fans cannot banter us now because they feel sorry for us. Lingard clearly wasn't fit. He's not fit for the shirt. That's what I would say, man. Frank is saying, thought second half we were forced to attack, look a better team. You know what? I've heard this so much on Twitter. And you take over there on that one.
Spurs did what they do. They sat back. Purely and simply, Spurs sat back. They made no attempt in that second half to dominate. They were quite content with 2-0. They went on and got another one. Even though they were defensively set up, but still went on and got another one. They were quite content. It's nothing to do with Forest's improved performance. That was pure, in my opinion, that was purely down to Spurs saying, we're 2-0, you can play about as much as you like, we're not bothered, you're not going to score.
Statistically, we've scored four goals away from home. So the likelihood of us getting 2 goals, of course Spurs were sitting back. Why would they bother? How you doing, Ez? Dumb question. How are you, bud?
Well, it's good to see you guys as always, but other than that, let's get started, shall we?
Let's just get started. I mean, that point, I've seen it a lot on Twitter around everyone saying, but even Cooper said we were better second half. And I'm like, what delusional match were you watching where you thought there was anything other than Spurs saying, we've won this game?
We were allowed to be better second half.
Yeah.
That's
definitely. Yeah, I agree. We gave us so much more time in their half. Yes, we were pressing, which we didn't see any of in the first half, but they were allowing us to press. They were sat so back, so deep that they were basically saying, give us your best shot, and we did. But the first half is we lose it in the first half. We lose it with the formation. We lose it with his tactics. Always seems to be too little too late in the second half. So whatever we did in the second half, we'd already. I was saying to the guys in our private chat, in our WhatsApp chat, it's gone. The game's dead. I wouldn't even risk bringing on someone like Niakate in this game. I wouldn't bother.
I was annoyed he brought on Yates, because what if Yates had got injured? Yeah. What was the point at that stage?
Personally, if Niakate was fit enough, I would have brought him on for the last 20 minutes just to get some minutes in his legs.
I agree with what you're saying, because I have to see him start the next game. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. Should we get on to him? Or
yes.
Are we going to... Yeah?
Yes. Let's get on.
I said what... Yeah, I said what I had to say about Worrell last night, and the twat's gone on apparently a blocking spree of Forest fans this
I've
afternoon
heard
on
that. Is that
Twitter.
true? Is that
Yeah,
true?
It's
yeah,
true, yeah, it's
Well, I'll
absolutely
tell you
true.
what, it's good to see he can block something because he can't well damn
Yeah,
block at all,
exactly.
can he, on the goddamn pitch, the idiot? But
Can't
at least
block a
we know there's
shot, can
something
he?
he can block.
Yeah. So I mean, again, wait. He strolls around like he deserves to be on the pitch. He strolls around like he's like, one of the best in the world, and he's got so much time, and he can see 3 moves ahead. He's not. He's and his reactions are shocking. His play was shocking. We should have been a goal down early on. We were saved by VAR, but that was just a taster of things to come, and I'm surprised we didn't. This because it's Spurs. Any other half decent team would have absolutely smashed us out of the park. We
yeah.
would have
Any
been
team that wanted to put it on us would have put it on
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
actually going to defend Joe Worrell here. We all know Joe Worrell. We all know Joe Worrell is a championship defender. It's not his fault he's being put into a Premier League team. That's my
He
defense.
thinks he's Premier League, and
But
he
you think,
thinks
yeah,
he's Premier League.
that's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah. So
he's
it's
not
up to the-
humble.
So it's
He's
up
not
to the
humble about it.
manager to tell him he's not.
But we'll tell him. He's clearly listening because he's blocking people left, right, and centre. So we'll tell him you're not
He
Premier
hasn't
League
blocked
level,
me.
mate.
I can't believe he hasn't
I know. I
blocked
can't
me.
believe you haven't blocked any of us yet. Me, you, or Forest Stan.
Joe, if you are watching, I love you, mate. But come on, let's be fair. Let's be honest.
He's got to know. He's got to know. Look, at the end of the day, right? I know you're saying it's Cooper's fault for putting him in, but you can't. I don't think you can put that one on Cooper because there's no one else. Unless Niakate was fit enough to start. That's the thing with it.
Yeah.
But now Niakate's been named on the bench.
Yeah.
If Worrell gets near that team sheet against Newcastle, shit has to be answered, man. Seriously. What are they seeing? What are they seeing?
Because I've seen a few comments. Again, I do try and stay off the Twitter timeline when shit goes well, but sometimes it's entertaining and I needed to cheer myself up a little bit. But I have seen people saying, "Oh, I wouldn't even risk Niakate anymore with the season." It's like, why? The season's not
Thing is,
over yet.
I always say
And
this:
if-
whenever a player comes back from injury, he's got to go into the team at some point.
Yeah, agreed.
Exactly. But how long do you want to leave it? Do you want to leave until the season's over? Play him now. We need him now. We need. Well, we've
Is he
needed
going to
him for
be
the
any
last
fit?
4
Is
months.
he going to be any fitter next Friday than he is today?
If so, if he is, then why was he named on the team squad?
Well, you know my
today?
thoughts on that. I always
I
say
know.
if you're fit enough for the bench, you're fit enough to be on the pitch. I'm a great believer, and now this goes against the grain in football matters because it's kind of accepted that when a player's coming back from injury, you bring him on for the last 20 minutes or whatever. And I've always wondered about it. I thought, I know the pace slows down, etc. I accept that. But I always think, well, why not put him on from the beginning and then when he tires or whatever, take him off?
I
makes
know
more
what you're
sense to me.
saying. I know what you're saying, but look, I would say that's because the whole point of that is you put them on the last 20 because the rest of the people on the pitch have reduced in terms of their fitness levels.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I said I accept that.
Yeah, but
I
with a
do also
defender,
think-
it's different. With a defender, it's different.
That's exactly
Defenders
what I was
don't
gonna
have
say,
to
yeah.
bomb it down like, say, a fullback does or what have you, yeah? He's probably got 45 minutes in him. I'd rather Niakate started for 45 minutes, we get a foothold in the game or something, and then you freaking bring on the goddamn bell end to close it off, and see what happens. But it's just an absolute joke, man. The thing is, it's not even that. It's the fact, for me, that slide on that penalty is, without a shadow of a doubt, in the top 5 of dumbest decisions I have ever seen a footballer make in my life, man. I'm including from the time I've been fucking coaching this under-12s team, they were under 5s when I started with them, yeah? I haven't seen them slide in that stupidly on a player who's not about to shoot, who's on the side of the box, Just hold him up, let the rest of the team get back in, and then make your decision then. To slide that stupidly is unbelievable. Richarlison's there like looking at him, motherfucker, what are you doing here? Like, I'm not expecting you to do that.
I'm sorry, he's stealing a living, mate, at the moment. To be honest, he went up to Rangers, and the thinking was that he did really well. That is a farmers' league. You can't compare that. And then he's come back into a championship. Yes, you can look half decent in the championship, but don't forget the players he had around him as well. We'll talk. We've spoke about how he actually brings out the worst in the players around him, but the players around him in the championship brought out the best in him. It wasn't him. It was Spence being a legend. It was McKenna being our player of the season last season. It was the structure he had around him. It was Reece Sambrin goal. It wasn't Worrell. Everyone's making up Worrell as this amazing hero. No,
Can I just say that I don't think we ought to just make this a Worrell bashing.
It's not.
No,
It's
we're
not.
starting off with
There were
him.
plenty
It's all
of
of them.
players that were
We're starting off with
terrible
him.
as well. You know,
Yeah.
He wasn't.
And you know
anyone.
what? And later on in this show, I will eat my words about a certain player. So carry on. We will go through the players. We would certainly go through the players. But yeah,
That'd
we had
be
to start with
interesting.
him.
I can't even
Yeah, it will
think
be
who you're
interesting.
referring to.
Of course you will. Surely you will.
I know who he's talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean Emmanuel?
The Menace.
You
The
mean
Menace,
Emmanuel.
Yeah. That was his best performance I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, people were still calling him out in the player ratings.
Yeah, well.
And I
Were
just,
they?
yeah, they were calling him out in the player ratings, saying he kept losing the ball. Well, who the fuck's he passing it to? That's the point me and Ant have been making all season about him. He goes and he attacks, and then there's no one there to help him. What do you want him to do? He's not Messi, man. He's not Messi.
I've said before, the person at Manchester City that gives the ball away far, far more than anybody else is Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And that's because Kevin De Bruyne tries to make the passes. He tries to do something a bit different to the other players. So it doesn't always go right, but when it does go right, it goes right. That's what you have with players like that.
I'm just look, for me, this is more raw for me, obviously with my brother and all that crap. Yeah, I get it, but like in my mind, that performance was there with Leicester. For me, that was like the away performance. For me, it was that first half was shambolic. Yeah, and because Leicester didn't, because Spurs didn't want to play in the second half. People are letting happy clappers are letting this one go off the hook, and you're like, what were you seeing in that second half? If you couldn't read the game and how Spurs would, Spurs dictated it. Come on to us. You ain't scoring for shit.
Yeah.
Come on to us. We're
They
2-0 up. We're
played
fine.
in the second half how they normally play in the first half.
Yeah.
That's how they normally play in the first half.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think that's it. I agree with you. Exactly how I would have stated that. They played in the second half how they normally start their games, and it made us look half decent. But like I say, they just said, just give us your best shot. I mean, our best shot was almost good enough, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, guys,
Iggy Tommy, I don't always say you're talking shit, mate. When have I said that?
Guys, we've got the link in. If anyone wants to jump in and have their say, you don't have to agree with what we're saying. We're not agreeing with each other half the time anyway. Come have your say. We got Jeremy in the back.
We're pretty
chat.
solid on
Jeremy.
this one.
You good to go on, bro? A little thumbs up if you're ready. Yeah, let's bring you on, buddy.
Hi, lads. Just want to say thanks for all the good work you're doing.
I appreciate it, man. How are you, buddy?
Thanks.
How am I?
Dumb question, I know.
Drink, vape.
Yeah, I can't even crack a 7-Up open anymore. Nick would take the piss out of me.
Mate, guys, I had to wear my most calming scent. We were talking about it the other day, Dolce & Gabbana #1, just to calm me down a bit, mate. That's what I've gone to. But yeah, great. Thank you for joining us, mate. And thank you for your support as well, mate. You've been a legend. Thank you for supporting us.
Cheers, thank you. I'll tell you what, lads, I'm really, really worried at the moment. Really worried about this. It's the away form that every point we don't get away from home mounts up so much pressure on us at home. That's what I'm really worried about. And the scary thing is, when you did the predictor, I had us down for 2 home wins and a loss every away match. And I'm not far off at the moment, am I? No, seriously, I'm very worried about particularly the away form. When the next
Jeremy, just a second, mate. Is anyone picking up a bit of static?
Yeah, a bit static.
Am I? Sorry, I don't know how that's...
Sounds a bit like a vacuum cleaner, but it's not. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's probably his PC.
It's a PC, I think. Yeah.
This is the PC. All right, go on, bro. Go on. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, so I am worried. I do think Cooper's in trouble. I don't think the big man's going to put up with this for much longer, to be honest. I honestly fear that if we lose against Newcastle, that's the last match before the break, isn't it?
It is,
right?
yeah.
If we lose against them, I've got a feeling he's going to make a decision.
Wow.
I've just got a feeling. Yeah.
Is it
What,
too
this
late?
It pains me to say that, but how long can this appalling away form carry on 4 goals. Have
Yeah.
you seen that goal difference?
It's shocking. Was it minus 27 now? I can't keep up.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I don't know where we go from here. You know, in terms of, I'm pretty comfortable with us at home, but I mean, can you really see us getting any more points? Realistically, I think we've got to be realistic about this now.
But you're 100% right, Jeremy, because you're right. Every point we don't get away from home, it does add pressure on the home games. We have to get 3 points now, and we're up against Newcastle next. You know, in any other circumstances, a draw against Newcastle would be fantastic. But now we're putting pressure on that. We might actually need a win, and we're getting to a stage where games are becoming must wins. And in the past, Forest haven't coped.
Jeremy,
well
I'm just
under
going to
that
mute
pressure.
you while Ez talks because the static is
Sorry.
a little.
Yeah.
Craig. Go on. Sorry.
Got it. Yeah. So I'm still here. But in the
I'll
past,
find the mute button. There it is. God.
Yeah, in the past, we haven't coped well under pressure situations. I mean, the perfect example is going away to Bournemouth at the end of the season last season. You know, we kind of didn't. It doesn't bring out the best in us. So I worry from that point of view. The fact is that we've not given ourselves a chance, and that's what bothers me. If you, admittedly, Spurs were sat back in the second half, but we were higher up the field and we were pressing. Why don't you start that way?
Yes.
Why do you not start that way? And then see what happens. Because I don't know. I mean, people will say that we tried that against other teams and we ended up getting battered, but I don't think we really have. Against
I want to know
any
which
away
teams they're referring to when they say
'cause
that.
we didn't do that against Arsenal. We didn't do that against Man City. We sat on our arse and we got battered anyway. So yeah, I don't know where we've actually tried that and it's come apart. And it wasn't the case against Leicester either. So people can refresh me on that if I've missed something. But away from home, we haven't gone at anybody. Even against
Let's bring
one game we
Jeremy
did
back
win.
in. Jeremy,
Sorry, go on,
I just want to ask you what you were saying about Cooper there. Do you still, don't you think it'd be too late? It'd be too late in the season, or do you still think there'd be time to recover it? Obviously, this is all just speculation, but let me turn the Hoover back on.
It depends on whether or not Marinakis has got the patience. Because surely he must be thinking it's getting close now. And I love Steve.
I don't know, Jeremy. After the Leicester defeat, when we all thought he might go, he gave him a new contract. He might get an extension.
And more realistically, who's available?
I agree with that. I'm sure I read a link somewhere the other day. I can't remember where I saw it now. I think I mentioned it earlier during the match. Put it up in the notes about Postecoglou at Celtic.
Celtic, yeah.
Yeah, and he's Greek, isn't he, as well? I mean, you never know. You just never know, do you?
Well, evidently he plays really good attacking football, but you have to caveat with the fact that it's Scotland. You know.
Well, exactly, and it goes back to what I said a few minutes ago.
Hey, leave my motherland alone, right?
Hey, get your driving license.
It's not even your motherland. It's not even your motherland.
Shall I whip it back out, Ed? Shall I whip it back out?
I've got more
Please
connections to Scotland than you.
Oh,
have.
you're on about your passport.
We're toothless up front, aren't we? We're terrible. We're so toothless up front.
Where do you think the problem is, Jeremy? Do you think it's the players? Do you think it's the tactics? Do you think it's individuals or a collective? Where? And guys in the chat, let me know what you think.
Well, I'd like him to play a 4-2-3-1. That's my my honest opinion. But he seems to be a bit obsessed, doesn't he? Particularly away from home. I mean, Lingard's, he's shot it, hasn't he? I'm afraid he's gone. Lingard's gone. I think we've missed Yates.
Yeah.
We've really missed his energy. Chris Wood, trust me on this, I think is worse than Robert Rosario, and that's saying something. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Do you remember Robert Rosario?
Rosario.
I mean, how bad was he? But Wood is somehow even worse. You know, and I feel really sorry for Sam Surridge. In that regard, and think about the Everton game. Lewis O'Brien, who wasn't even in the squad now, he would have been ideal for that match, that Everton game.
Yeah. Even the Spurs game, if you remember back to the City ground, him and Mangala played in a 2 and controlled the midfield. And Mangala. I mean, what's happened to Mangala as well, you know? But
it's just some weird choices he's made, isn't there? You know, he's just been I don't know. I'm losing patience. I'm afraid I am losing patience.
Yeah.
Losing,
I mean, we're all
losing,
raw.
losing belief, I think, as much as anything.
I think
that's
that's
a good
probably
word.
right. That's the correct
That's a
word.
good word.
Actually.
Yeah.
It's a good
I
word.
mean, I feel now very similar to the way I felt after the Leicester game. You know, after the Leicester game, I thought I could see no progress. I could see no hope. I can't see what we're trying to do. And to be fair, we kind of improved after that. But but to me, today, it looked like we were back to that stage again.
To be honest, Ant, at home we've been lucky in a few games at home as well, haven't we? If we're honest.
A lot of
Yeah.
them.
Oh
A lot
yeah,
of them.
100%, 100%.
You know, I mean, we've had a bit of luck, and I'm really worrying now. There's always one team that just plummets.
And that's the fear, isn't it? That we are
Well,
so reliant on our home form, and if that starts to dip, we're in trouble. Because
Yeah.
on the predictor, I think I put down one away win, and that was West Ham. Well, look how that went. You know what I mean?
Just very quickly, I'll let you jump back in, Jeremy. Just a massive thank you to Forest Westbay, the legend.
Thank you so
we
much.
can't keep looking past who our starting centre backs are right now. We're decimated by injuries. We'd look like a top club if we got if we played our D.
Got to play hard.
If we
Yeah.
got to play against our defence. Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
okay,
I know what you're
yeah.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
if we were playing against our defence, we'd look good.
Yeah, absolutely.
decent.
Thank you so much for the super chat,
Yeah,
buddy. That's
appreciate that.
Massively
Um,
appreciated.
Yeah.
Matey, closing thoughts, because I'm pretty sure the static's doing me guys head. I'd love to keep you on longer, but it's really like
That's all right. That's
at
all
the
right.
moment,
It's
Matey.
annoying me. Annoys me.
It's
No.
okay, buddy. It's okay.
Bless you. No, appreciate
Are
it.
you faithful? Do you believe we can avoid it?
Or are you shit scared?
I'm very scared. I am trying to be realistic. I've been saying to myself for a few weeks now, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. But I think today, has made me think we are now in serious trouble. And I'm just being. I think you just got to look at the facts. You know, something's got to change. But he says that every week.
Yeah, I
He
know.
does.
He said it all season. He said that all season about the away form.
Yeah.
This is it. He's saying all the right things, but I'm not seeing it on the pitch.
And it's the same thing again
Yeah.
and again and again.
Spot on.
Same mistakes.
And why?
Yeah.
You've got to ask yourself, why is that? He wasn't like that in the Championship.
No, he's scared to play his football. This is what hurts me the most about Coops is I know there's a hell of a manager in him. We saw it last season. I almost just want him to think, fuck it, I'm just going to play my game now. You know what I mean? And just go back to yes, we were counter-attacking last season, but we were quick on the counter-attack. The passes were being strung together, you know, and things like that. I'm not seeing that this year at all. Yes, we're in a different league. I get that and everything, but
He's
yeah,
playing like we're trying not to lose,
yeah,
away from home in particular.
yeah.
And if,
You're
you see,
spot
and
on.
if your manager's fearful of losing, that transmits to the team. And if,
Yeah,
if
it
the
must
team,
be.
But
It
Anti's
has
been like
to.
that all season, away from
if the
home.
team's fearful of losing, then you're in trouble.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
absolutely.
we're nearly towards. I mean, we've only got 12 games left, for goodness sake. 4 goals.
Thank God.
Well, yeah.
Stop the count. Stop the count. I'll take 14th right now. I said 4.
I'm sorry, lads. I'm on a right downer. I'm really sorry, but you know.
Oh, bless
it's
you.
fine,
No,
mate.
you.
This is what this is about tonight.
Absolutely.
Everyone get it off your
Yeah.
chest. You know, it'll make us feel a
I'm
little
sure we
better.
all feel the same.
Yeah.
Just a quick question before you go, Jeremy. Do you get down to any of home games at the moment? Do you?
I
have
had,
you had a chance to?
I had season ticket for about 4 years before COVID. And due to work and family commitments, I've not been able to go since, unfortunately.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, no, you're not alone, mate. There's so many people have been in that
Yeah, it's
situation,
impossible.
and
Yeah, and I've been
yeah.
following the lad since '78. So
Yeah,
You
since
know.
I was
Hey,
born.
I'm 21. You look younger than me.
You're not
man.
grown enough, man. You're not grown
I'm
enough.
not following. I was a Forest supporter from '78. I
78.
started supporting him. in '78. Yeah.
So you're a Glory supporter like Anne then, yeah? In the good days he started.
No. A lot of the things Ant's seen, I've seen. Definitely.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Really? You've been dogging
yeah,
with him,
yeah,
have you?
Oh yeah. I
You've
love
been
the
dogging
club.
with him, have you?
I heard you
And
first.
Ant, you'll like this. Ant, you'll like this. My late dad was a gooner.
Oh,
You know,
So I've got a
favourite
soft
person in
spot
chat.
for Arsenal as well, mate.
yeah. You two need to get a room.
Listen, Jeremy, thank you
Bless
so
him.
much for jumping
No
on,
worries.
buddy.
Pleasure,
I
mate.
really
Thank you
do
so much.
appreciate it. And
Take
thank
care,
you for
lads.
all the support, mate. Have a good evening.
Thank
And
you so
it will
much for your
get better,
support.
man. It will get
No
better.
worries. Cheers. Take care.
Cheers,
Bless
buddy.
you.
Thank you.
Take care.
I want to keep him on longer, but I'm sure the noise in the back chat. Tim, I think I saw you say you didn't have a camera, guys. If you haven't got a camera, it's fine. You can just come on and speak on your mics. Yeah, we're here. We're here for you. Come speak to Uncle Ant and Uncle Ez. They'll wrap
And
their loving
Grandad
arms around
Wolverine.
Joe. Yeah, and the prick Wolverine. Yeah. All right, let's just catch up with a couple of things that the chat is saying here, and thank you again to Jeremy. What an absolutely
Iggy, I'm sorry, mate. I was probably in a bad mood.
He clipped you as well, and he clipped you.
You were probably right. I was probably wrong. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh God,
Bless
man. Chat, get your messages in. Anyone wants to jump on, the link is pinned to the chat. Chapa is saying, feel sorry for the away fans. Go and see that crap news play for the team and Fan City. Do you know what? You gotta feel sorry for them. You gotta feel sorry for them, haven't you? I
Yeah.
mean, we've seen some shit performances, and they're sitting there watching it live, man, in that crap house that is the Spurs stadium.
When I used to go to all the away matches, I was always happy with the draw. As long as we didn't lose, it kind of made my trip worthwhile. But these poor guys, we're losing. Not only losing, we're getting hammered everybody we go. You know what I mean? It's
Oh, can we just shout out Mark, because he's put a blotch on his little record, hasn't he? Because he says he hasn't seen us lose away from home this season. He has now.
Mark,
Yeah.
get your ass in here. He's in the chat, isn't he? Get
Is he?
your ass in here.
Yes, Mark. Get your
look
ass
at that
on
for
here.
timing. Oh, okay. He's manned up and he's stepped up. We need to have words, mate.
good to see you, mate.
No, it's not good to see you.
The
It's
jinx.
not. You bloody jinx. Did I not warn you, Mark? Did I not warn you?
Yes, you warned me, yes.
So what happened, Mr. Cocky? Before you answer that,
Hang
Stephen
on.
just became a member.
Before you lay into
Hold on.
you
Stephen,
lay-
thank you
before you
so
lay
much,
into
buddy.
Mark.
Really appreciate it. All right, before I lay into Mark and use Mark as my punching bag, go on, man, what you saying?
Some prick last night or the night before, whenever we did a stream, I lose track, was saying, I goddamn guarantee we're winning tomorrow. I goddamn guarantee it. 2-0. Yeah.
What knobsack was saying that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Marky. Go on, defend yourself, mate. How did it go? Go on.
Can you hear us,
Mark?
Mark?
Can you hit?
Mark?
Everyone keeps freezing up.
Yeah, I just got a
It's
message saying you got
Cuban.
real low FPS, mate.
Yeah, your frames per second.
It's like
are
you're as slow as our
fucking, mate.
defense on your internet there, mate. Can you hear us all right?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go for it,
Go
mate.
for it,
Go
mate.
for it. Defend yourself, Mark. Defend yourself.
Well, to be fair, when I said that they hadn't lost yet this season, yeah.
Carry. Oh no.
Mark? Talk.
Keep talking.
Right, we're not going to do this in semaphore. Right?
It's going to turn into like two Ronnie sketches, isn't it? Where he's gonna
We just had Jeremy's vacuum, now Mark's doing this, man. Even the fan base is falling apart, man.
Is that better?
We're about as dysfunctional as our fucking team, aren't we?
Is that better? I've shut the other stream down.
Yes.
That would help. Yeah,
Good
yeah.
thinking.
That'd help.
Yeah.
Chapo's saying it's a oral connection.
To be fair, when I said, I hadn't seen him lose away yet this season, I had only been to Everton, so it was only the one game.
We were there, though. We were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well, yeah.
That's where we met him, innit? Yeah, that's the first time I met you.
Yeah, very frustrating day, though, that was. Today. I mean,
How was it in person, mate? How was it in person?
It just, the first half, we weren't doing anything. They were just going through the motions, pressure. We didn't really look like we were going to do anything. We didn't really start playing until after an hour again. And then, just as we started looking like we might get a foothold in the game, they scored another goal. The subs had an effect. We started playing better after that. I'm really not sure why they started Lingard, because he's not match fit. So
Not fit. Definitely.
shouldn't have been starting for me. Just personal. I would have started Yatesy and see how he went on. We seemed to the fullbacks were playing like 20 yards in from the touchline, and
So there's no width.
Yeah, so they just kept pumping the ball out wide, and then the fullbacks were having to run over to try and cover and putting us under instant pressure. I mean, it's very similar to what we were doing against Man City, forcing them down the wings. But Man City didn't take advantage of it, and Spurs did really. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, Spurs looked a lot better coming at us than Man City did.
Yeah. Mate, question for you from N2. It says, can you ask Mark what the mood and feeling was amongst the fans? How was it?
As always, they were singing for a lot of the match. There were a few people who weren't very happy and voicing, their unhappiness, but generally, no, the fans were still well behind the side.
Yeah.
But I think I've noticed it at home as well, because we've been doing it at home, giving the ball away a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, there was a lot of people around me when we, passes going directly to their players. And so, people just obviously weren't happy about that, because
Passing's woeful, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
shocking. They
Yeah,
can't
either
find an A
straight
to
to
B
their
at all.
yeah, either straight to their players or telegraphing their pass, and it just being cut out. And you could see that the Tottenham players, they were pressing us, they were fit, and quick. They were quick onto our players, and we couldn't go with it.
It just always feels like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just me looking at it with Forest goggles on, but whenever the opponents get the ball, they seem to have all the time in the world. And whenever we get the ball, it seems like there's 3 or 4 players ready to snap into the heels of our players. And then that's where the panic pass comes or the panic punt comes. I don't know if it's just me that sees it like that, but that's what it feels like.
No, we just give their midfielders and attackers far too much room. Richarlison was running into little spaces. Kane was running into little spaces, and I was looking at our players, and no one was following them. And there was 3 players 20 yards away. Not one of them was making a move towards to cover Richarlison's run.
The lack of pressing's been a problem all season, hasn't it?
Yep.
We seem to have been playing that way all season, yeah. And I just can't work out why we don't mark them more closely. But whether that's a tactic, I don't know. But that's how I see it anyway. That we just not closing their players down quick enough, and players just waltz into our half from their half and spray passes about, and we really just nowhere near the ball sometimes.
Yeah. Keith's asking you, Mark, who is our best, in brackets, least worst player today?
I don't think there was anyone either way that stood out as being particularly bad or particularly good. They all had little moments. The players who did look a bit, Felipe for me looks a class centre back, but whether it's just the players around him, sometimes he's struggling a bit. I had a really good view of the Worrell penalty. It's definitely a penalty. It was a silly challenge.
What was he thinking, mate? Seriously.
Yeah. It's clutching at straws a bit, but definitely the referee should have been booking some of their players a lot earlier, because they were very physical with us as well.
Someone's echoing. Someone got YouTube on.
It's when Ez came on.
Yeah.
It's me. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, go on, Mark.
So they were very physical with us, knocked us off the ball too easily.
Yeah, but that's up to us to be physical back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could just see like players like Morgan Gibbs-White, for all his class,
That man must never ever take a corner for Forest ever again. I have not
Yes.
seen a worse corner taker for as long as I can remember.
Ooh, you know
From the
what?
corner, Ant.
Hmm?
We scored from the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think we spoke about this quite for the last few months that we want to see. Yeah, Gibbs White taken from one side, but Scarpa on and taking them from the other side, swinging
Yeah.
them in.
yeah,
But we
100%.
don't seem to have that presence in the box. And another thing I noticed today, whenever they got a free kick, so like between the halfway line and the edge of the box, when we got a free kick in their half, they had sort of like 10 men lined up, all in a line, and it looked ever so strange. And I thought we're never going to do anything against that. We need to find a different way instead of just pumping it over the top and losing the ball half the time.
That was
You know
our
what?
game plan, wasn't it?
You know
Sorry,
what,
get it to the far post. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, I think I mentioned this the other day. European fans can't understand why English fans go crazy when they get a corner. Because the amount of goals that are scored from corners compared to the amount of corners that are taken is minuscule. It's actually not a very good way of scoring corners. You're actually far better taking short corners. I know people don't like them. I know that. But you're actually better taking short corners and working the ball into the box rather than just slinging it in, because defenders gobble them up all the time. And if you actually look at the amount of goals scored compared to the amount of corners, it's very, very tiny.
And
I
25%
actually
of our away
thought-
goals have come from corners.
Yeah.
Sorry?
But I also
A quarter of our
20
goals have come from corners away from home
I
now.
know, but when you've only scored 4, that's not saying a great deal.
Yeah, but I actually thought today's corners were a little bit better than they have been, to be honest. There was also the one that got
They
tipped
were
over
poor,
the bar.
as man. They were
awful.
shocking.
No, I know they're still bad. I'm not saying
Shocking.
that they're great. I
The
mean, ones
the
that was
later
in
the game
Sweden-
went on, the better they got. When we start putting pressure on them, but early on, first half and early second half,
The thing is, in our squad, we have got a corner taker extraordinaire, a guy that can whip a ball in like nobody you've seen.
Who's that? Who's that?
Can't-
He's a
can't get in the
Brazilian
squad.
guy. Can't remember his
can't get in
name.
the squad.
Oh, Felipe.
No. You've probably not seen him much.
Has he got a skateboard?
That's the one. Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one.
Avril Lavigne.
Probably better than MGW's.
Probably got a Brazilian, but she's not Brazilian.
Well, you never know. We might be forced to play him on the right now if Jono's injured.
Yeah, did you see him going off? Because I haven't had a chance to catch up on everything since I got back from my humiliation.
He walked off. He didn't limp off, did he?
Yeah, and
It
he
was
actually,
actually
the
a
injury
bit
actually,
strange.
he actually sort of felt his groin, and they actually left him on for a couple of minutes whilst they got the sub ready. It's not like they had to bring him straight off. So
They did that in the Akate against West Ham, though, didn't they? And
You're
how
right,
did
they
that turn
did.
out? How did
You're
that
right, they
turn
did.
out?
It was almost like Jono didn't really want to go off at first.
That's
Then
what it looked like.
Yeah, a bit like Taiwo when he did his groin. He didn't look like he wanted to go anywhere at first, and then quickly realised it wasn't going to happen. And I mean, straight away, so like when it first happened, Aurier he had his hand on Jono's shoulder, and he was signalling to the bench, get him off.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because with groins, they can feel all right whilst you're walking, but as soon as you actually run and stretch it, then that's when you feel the pain, and it goes.
Well, there was a point earlier in the game when he actually slid off the side of the pitch, and he stopped in the little dip for a while, and I thought, oh, that doesn't look good, but he got up and he was okay. He didn't seem to be injured.
Yeah,
and I don't know whether he might have tweaked it just then when he slid off the pitch.
He could have done, although
off.
from my point of view, when he went into the boards, he went in like straight legged. Both his legs went in. Do you know what I mean? He didn't look like he sort of pulled to one side or anything, which would damage your groin.
I know, but considering how much they spent on that fucking stadium, they could have given a bit more gap between the pitch and the advertising orders. And like Mark mentioned, there's a slope that slopes right.
Big
into
slope.
them.
I noticed that a lot of grounds. Old Trafford, massive stadium,
Yeah.
and drops down like that at the corners. Really weird.
Yeah, because you could see players running towards the edge of the pitch, and then it was almost like they were seeing the slope and going, ooh,
It's because they want to
back.
It's because they want to get people closer to the singers.
To Beyonce, fat ass,
Mark, I want to ask you, mate. How's your temperament? Well, that's not the right word. What was that word
Just
you
say it.
used earlier, Ant? How's the belief at the moment?
I've been saying it for a while. It's only our home form that's going to keep us up, because I can't see where we're going to get the points away.
No.
You know, it's our whatever tactics we're using, nothing is translating into away games at all. And so we really just need to concentrate on the home games. I still feel we've got enough to stop up, but that's a lot of that was based as well looking at the other teams and seeing who they've got left to play, and how those other teams are playing. And even though we're not playing well at all away, we're playing a lot better at home than a lot of those teams.
Are we though?
Yeah.
Are we though? Or are we just getting away with it?
When I say
Are we a
playing
lot
well,
better at home?
yeah, the results I'm talking about, rather than I mean, still at home, we've all said it. We're not particularly happy with some of the performances, even though we're scraping a draw or we're scraping a win. You know, it's almost like the crowd is carrying the team, and they because they're responding to it. Because that atmosphere at the City Ground is it's something else. You don't hear any other teams getting behind fans getting behind their teams like that. You know.
Isn't that just frustrating though? That it's
It
us that
is.
has to motivate the players. You know,
The thing is, it's really difficult to win away from home. It's really difficult to win away from home in the Premier League. If you look at all the other teams around and below us, you'll find out that they've only won 1 or 2 games away all season as well. It's not just us that can't win away from home. And I was looking yesterday, and I was actually quite surprised to find that up until today, Spurs had only lost 2 games less than we had, and they're 4th. You know what I mean?
they've won a lot more. They've won a lot more, mate.
Yeah, I know they have, but I'm saying it's not easy to win away from home in this league for any team.
And
I mean, look at Liverpool today. You know,
I said the other week, Brentford had only won 2 games away.
Yeah.
But the thing was, they'd drawn 6, and that's what we need to be aiming for.
Yeah.
Start with getting those draws away and picking points up, and that will then hopefully give them that bit of confidence to translate that form over.
Yeah.
Because at the moment it's all about the home form. I mean, to be fair, I was really disappointed that we didn't beat Everton.
Yeah. Well, we played shit there, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, because if we'd have beaten Everton, we'd have gone into 12th. We'd have been 7 points above Everton, and we'd have had a game in hand on them.
Yeah.
And
now it's one.
Which that would have sort of like given the players, I think, that little lift towards the end of the season.
Look, say hello, Musa.
as is
We got many heads there or not? Yeah.
It says, yeah, it's my nephew. Musa. We're trying to turn him into a Forest fan, by the way.
Yeah.
I wondered why Ed's
Poor
being
guy.
relatively calm tonight with his language.
Mark, we'll finish off with this. Are we staying up?
Yeah, I said it, and I said it before the season, and I'm saying I've forecast we'll finish 13th.
Yeah. I hope you're
I'm
right.
staying by that. So do I.
I hope you're right, buddy.
Right.
Mark, as always, it's an absolute pleasure talking with you, buddy.
Yeah,
it's been
dude.
a while. It's good to have you on. Thank you for coming out and giving us the inside track from what it was like at the game today, buddy. Glad you got back safely, and sorry you didn't bring any points back with you, mate. And you're still a bastard for what you said yesterday.
Up the Reds.
Well,
Come on,
right.
cheers, Mark.
See you all next
See you
Friday.
soon, Mark. Yeah, see you
we'll
soon,
be there,
mate.
yeah.
Guys.
I'm not surprised what Mark said about the away fans, because the away fans are always great. The away fans are always great, you know. So it doesn't surprise me that they're still there singing, they're still there being positive. You know, whether they truly believe it or not, who knows? But they'll always give great support.
Yeah, but you have to feel for them. I mean, I say that. I feel for all of us. I mean, we'd all love to be down there and whatever, you know, as commitments, cost and what have you. Our hearts are there with them. It's not just them, it's us as well. It's getting freaking painful, man. It really is. Do you know what? I woke up this morning, I was really looking forward to this match because I was still in delusional mode, you know, and I was like, yeah, you know, this could happen, this permutation could happen, and that one. And now it's just, it just ruins your weekend, man. It really does. Man.
It started off with that ridiculous result at Bournemouth. What the
Yeah.
hell's going on there? How do
I
you
don't
go
know.
from winning 7-0 one week to losing to the bottom of a table
Who you
team?
tonked
I don't get it.
9-0 earlier in the season as well, you know?
Exactly. How
It's
does that work?
just crazy. We got over 150 you guys in here, but 49 likes, guys.
Oh, come on, guys.
Guys, come on. This is therapy time. Yeah, we're here for you. The link is in the chat. Come get it off your chest. Let us know what you want to say. But everyone, please just take a quick second. It only takes a second and it's free to do. Hit that like. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new here. And yeah, let's carry on with it. Look, I wanna turn this into a somewhat of a positive. And by the way, we're only 10 subscribers away from 9.5K, so thank you all so much. We're nearly there, guys. The big 10K incoming. Oh God, you see, he forgets to bring back the points, and he forgets to like. Marcus, what is going on with you today? Seriously, mate. But thank you for jumping on. I want to just talk about Dennis. Yeah. Can we all agree that out of most of the players, he's had most of the flack from the fan base, apart from me and you, mate, right there. Ez, I'm putting you on the other side of this equation.
I said, you know,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
a
gonna
big
call
enough
you out on
man.
it.
Call me
Did
out as
you
much as you like,
see?
mate.
Did you see? By the way, Jolly Ollie, I've seen you try to jump in a couple of times. A message keeps coming up saying you're on an old Android version. So I don't know if it's your phone that maybe needs updating, but jump on, buddy, if you can get on a different device. Good to see you
Pop out
as
and
well.
get an
Easter's Red.
iPhone 14. Come back. You'll come straight in.
Yeah, so some of us don't earn the fees I have to pay Ant to get on here, and especially
yeah.
after a defeat.
True.
But I want to talk about Dennis. Guys in the chat, how did you feel about Dennis? And does anyone now agree with me and Ant that this guy should have had a run of games in this team? Or do you still feel, because there was a lot of you in the player rating saying he was still shit, he was losing the ball, he was throwing it about all over the place. But Ez, we have to come straight to you because we've got to call you out on him first, as we do. We'll call any one of us out, yeah? What did you think of Dennis today? Did you think it was an improvement? I mean, I thought he was our best player, but go on, mate.
I would agree with you on that comment alone, that he was our best player. Obviously, we put into context that how Spurs set up in the second half, but that's as good as I've seen from him. Not as what was more important for me, that I saw some desire in him, I saw some eagerness in him, and I saw some ability from him as well. I think he was unlucky not to get a few extra fouls as well along the way. But where's that been for me? Where's that been for the rest of the season? Why isn't Cooper giving him that chance? Because to be honest, Lingard's done for me. He's absolutely done. He shouldn't even be on the bench. It's wasting the space on the bench. I'd rather leave it empty than put Lingard on the bench. I know he's a cheerleader, but we're paying a lot of money for a freaking cheerleader. I would give Dennis a chance. I would actually give Dennis a start in the next game on the left and give him that chance. I think today's second half performance alone for me was as good as I've seen from him since he's been at Forest. So like I said, if I'll put my hands up if he proves me wrong. I want him to prove me wrong. I want all these players to prove me wrong.
Yeah, of course.
What's not working is, I mean, I gave a little team, a motivational talk to Gibbs White earlier in the season. It did the trick. I did it to a couple of other. I did it to who was it? To Logier as well, and he came out. We do it to Worrell every week, but cunt gets worse.
Great. He's actually going to connect with another block now. We're going to end up being blocks. That came out. That's from the heart, man. That's from the heart. It really was.
Sorry.
Yeah, Jolly Ollie's made it. He's got that iPhone.
Hey, Jolly Ollie's upgraded his iPhone, mate. That's
Yes,
he's looking
yes,
gangster with
he's
this one.
always
Let's bring
one of
him
the
on.
team.
You know something about Dennis as well. It's exciting.
on stage.
It's exciting to watch. Hey, Jolly.
Jolly, how are you, buddy?
See you, mate.
I can see why he's jolly, by the way.
Yeah. How are you, mate?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Ollie, have you switched off your YouTube? You need to either mute it or switch your YouTube off.
No, saying.
And just have this on.
He's in deep thought. He's in deep thought. Guys, everyone give Jolly Ollie a little wave in the chat. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
I'm on.
All right, how you doing, buddy? Mate, don't watch it on YouTube. Watch it on the stream.
He is jolly. He is jolly.
Have you seen
Guys,
what he's
I'm-
smoking? I'm not surprised.
Yes.
Right, can you hear us now?
Don't watch on YouTube. What's he doing? I needed
I have
this. I
now.
needed this.
Oh, that was worth it.
Ollie, can you hear us? Wait, what's he been smoking?
I know what he's been smoking. I can see what he's been smoking.
We've got a thumbs up. We've got a thumbs up.
All right. Listen,
I'll do
don't
sign
listen
language.
on YouTube. Listen on StreamYard. I don't know what this means. I don't know.
All I can say, we were shit.
Yeah.
Hey!
But we'll say it. Good. I'm gone.
No, we can hear you. Carry on.
Yeah, I couldn't hear nothing.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, because you've got your fucking headphones.
Tell him he's got to listen on, not on YouTube. All right, let's.
Oh, we've got some heroes in the backstage now.
Hey, Bobby Vegas. Wow, we've got all the big knobs in tonight.
Jolly, we'll bring you back
Ollie.
in. You've frozen. He's frozen. We'll bring him back in.
I love him. He's so
Oh,
jolly.
we've got to get him back on. Got to get him. And his missus. We've got to get them both on.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
Go on, let's get Mr. Vegas on. Bobby Dazzler.
Bobby, my boy Bobby, all the way from America.
Yay,
Bobby, Mr. Reservoir Dog, how are you, bud?
I'm good, boys. Good, boys.
Mate,
Great
it's
to be
good
with
to
you guys
speak
all the
to you,
time
bud.
during the.
Carry on.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm keeping my accent, you know, away from all the rest of you guys. So you know, but yeah, no, it's great to be with you guys. You know, all the streams, etc. I love listening to you guys during the games and stuff. But yeah, a little commiserating, you know, over what some of our deficiencies are. Obviously, you know, a lot of times, you know, well, Wolverine and myself, and of course Ant. We don't talk. I don't discuss as comments too much to anybody, but. But yeah, no, we've been on it all season. You know, that midfield is just dreadful. It doesn't. We don't pass the center line, and there's like this force field going on, and it seems that it's beyond Cooper's ability to get it together, and then he'll just play people that, you know, you're just going like, why is that guy in there? Why is that guy in there? And you know, now we have one of the greatest players that we probably could have picked up all season, just sitting there watching the game. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Bro, are you feeling more or less confident now on the season?
No, you know, I think you know we said it before. You know, we've been looking at a point a game. You know, and even Dino said himself, he goes, "Oh yeah, the point of game's gonna get us there." So, you know, we'll probably get there.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, we'll probably get there.
Do you
But
think
we
it's-
got, you know, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think it's a problem that we can't seem to have a settled midfield? When you think about it, from the beginning of the season right until now, it seems like we never played the same players in consecutive games. And that can't help the team, can it?
No, and you know, you're absolutely right, Anna. I think we talked about it in the first half where you know, we kept begging for Lewis O'Brien and Gala to get in there with Freuler, you know, and run that ball forward, you know, and we never saw that combination.
Right.
I mean, we're looking at it, all the fans are looking at it, and I don't know what Cooper's looking at. And now we go out. We pick up a Scarpa, we pick up a Danilo, we pick up some speed, we pick up creativity, and we get the same result, if not worse. You know, because I mean, how can you not play this guy? It's just it's unacceptable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
It's so frustrating as well, because it seems like all the fans want Scarpa in that squad, want Danilo in that squad, and it seems like the only person that doesn't is our manager, and that's frustrating for all of us. Because let's face it, what have we got to lose? Cannot possibly do any worse than we're doing at the moment, particularly away from home.
But has anybody in the English media there, has anybody asked Cooper straight up? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in any of the pressers. Hey, what's up with not playing Scarpa? What's up with not playing? Have they asked him? No. They get all these
no, they
softballs
have.
thrown at
Well,
The video I did this morning. The video I did this morning. It was a soft ask.
today.
It was very soft, buddy. And it was a case of some players settling quicker than others. Then he said, I'm not saying they're not settling in, you know, at the same speed as others. Then he switched it to talk about, look, how Freuler had to settle in, look, how Lodi had to settle in. Well, I'd say the difference by comparing it to Lodi is that Lodi settled in while playing games. You know, and Lodi had a language barrier.
Yeah,
so don't tell me Scarpa's behind Lodi in terms of speed of settling in. You know, you got to remember as well, if you really want to be objective about it, Lodi was quite happy at Atletico until he got dropped. Whereas Scarpa wanted, his boyhood dream is to play in the Premier League. So who is going to be more motivated to play, Lodi or Scarpa? And I love Lodi. I'm just using this as a comparison. So don't put Lodi as the comparison for Scarpa, because that doesn't fly with me at all.
Well, they're saying he's not ready, or you know, that whole thing kind of fit in or gel in, or whatever you want to say. But you're going to go ahead and play Shelby, who played all 3 matches with Newcastle in the first half of the it was since we got him. He played 3 matches. 3. He's ready, and Scarpa's not.
Yeah, yeah, and he was injured when he bought him.
It doesn't.
And the weird thing is as well, he actually played Danilo and Scarpa like as soon as they arrived. Almost, he put them straight in and then took them out. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, absolutely. Buddy, the connection's a little iffy. The guys in the chat are saying it's a bit iffy. So I'll ask you the final question, as I've asked everyone. It's a pleasure to see you, mate. You know, 2 questions from me.
Absolutely.
Do we survive? And when's your next trip over to England? I know you're going Vegas soon, mate. So, you know.
Are you in Vegas
tomorrow,
now?
buddy?
Oh, tomorrow.
No, tomorrow. I'm in Arizona right now. Got to go to Vegas tomorrow. And then definitely going back. I don't know when, but for the barbecue, if you're going to have one.
Yeah.
I gotta go with it. I'll bring the boots with me.
That'd be fantastic.
You know,
hey, Bobby,
so just I'll keep tabs on that.
Bobby, what's the weather like in Arizona at the moment?
Don't rub it in.
It's like 70, clear. Yeah, you guys. You know, I hate doing that to you. But listen, I had a great time when I was there. It was nice and wet and cold. You know,
well, you sent me all the pictures on WhatsApp. They were brilliant. He got to the statue and everything, and you just didn't get into the ground, did you, Bobby?
Yeah,
no, I didn't get.
Make sure we know next time, Bobby, and we'll meet up.
Yeah, genuinely, Bobby, let us know enough in advance, and we'll see what we can do, mate. We'll always do our best for.
Yeah, it was kind of like I'm going. You know,
best way sometimes
on a plane and took off and. Yeah, it worked out. It was wonderful, except for driving on the wrong side of the street. You know,
you lot on the right. Let's not get started.
You drive on the
Oh god!
But hey, you know, well, that's what I meant. I was on the wrong side of the street.
Exactly.
I think I took out a couple of tires, you know, on the left side too, because it wasn't good.
Well, make sure you drive through Derby next time you come.
I will. Yeah, definitely. You know, like I said, we'll look for the barbecue. Definitely going to come out. Hopefully, I can get there before the end of the season. And if not, you know, we'll hook it up. No problem. We're going to make it.
Buddy.
We'll make it.
Thank you so much for all your support, all your super chats, and just being 100%. Around with us, bro. We love having this international fan base. Have a safe flight to Vegas tomorrow. And do me a favor, put 5 on 18 for me when you get into the old roulette table.
You got it. 5 on 18. No problem.
Black
at the Orleans.
Yeah.
All right,
Bobby,
fellas.
have a
Take
good,
care.
safe trip. Thanks
See
a
you
lot,
later.
buddy. All the
All
best.
right.
How
I knew you
cool
were gonna
is
ask
it?
him. I
How
knew you were gonna say
international
that.
force? It's got to be done. How
Look,
cool
18,
is
isn't it?
it? All right, guys, should we bring on the legend back? Before we do, Tango.
I don't know. His screen's gone black again now. I don't know what he's doing.
Jolly Ollie, turn your camera on. We've got Tim in the backstage as well. We'll get him on as well. Tango, it's okay. It's okay. I know it's frustrating, yeah, but that's what we're here for today. Forest to Forest, man. Look, we've gone through this year in, year out with Forest. It's a thing, but just stick with us. Stick with us. Yeah, go on, man. Stick with us. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. There, I've gone all happy clappy for you. All right, Jolly Ollie's claiming it's sorted. The noises we've been hearing in the backstage are amazing.
I think Jolly Ollie's lying.
Yeah,
It's
we
worth
did,
it.
guys in the chat. Yeah, sort your internets out. I mean, are you still on dial-up? I mean, come on, guys, come on, jump on. We want you on. Bloody hell. All right, shall we dare? We dare. Tim will bring you on straight after.
Let's risk it for a biscuit. Come on.
Jolly Ollie,
I'm
Jolly.
trying.
Jolly Ollie.
Technology isn't my best thing.
I can hear you. I can hear
Ollie,
you.
we can hear you. That's good
Yeah,
enough
I've
for
got that
now.
one right.
You've turned the lights off though, Ollie.
All I can say, guys, is
Well, the missus
Love
told
the
him to turn the
show.
lights off. We heard
Love
him
the
heard us
chat.
say that.
and we're going to stay up, boys.
We're gonna
Say
stay
again?
up. He says
You
we're
hear
gonna
that?
stay up.
Hey.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Go
Just
on. What'd you
one-
base that on? Go on, Ollie. Give us
I
your
just
best.
think our home form will keep us up. I think we just need to make sure that we get a couple of wins and a couple of draws. As for the away games, I think they're a waste of time. I think the system that Coop plays just ain't good enough for the away form.
Okay, Ollie, as a total, then how many points do you think will be enough to keep us up this season?
Well, I said a few weeks ago, around about 32 is going to be somewhere where we're going to be.
Wow.
Whether it's
That low?
I don't know. It's again.
32 is never going to be good enough. 32 is, if
well,
that's what you're putting
exactly.
us on.
But I'm hopeful. There's worse teams out there, i.e. Southampton. I don't think they're particularly good. I can't believe Bournemouth won today. What a shock!
Isn't it, man? Yeah.
Is that why they call it
Coupon buster? Yeah.
crazy? Absolutely crazy. They won 7-1 last week. I'm so confused. But
Crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
But the opportunity is going to be there for us, and we need to take them. We can't just keep falling apart like we do when we play away.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You need a good kick up the pants. I don't know. I just feel I've watched the Cloughie era, and I know Cloughie wouldn't allow that sort of playing from away from home.
100%.
Resistance in defence, and we certainly wouldn't take no shit off anybody.
Absolutely, I fully agree with that. I mean, Ant's getting his drink, but he'd be there clapping you right there with that comment. It's true. Cloughie would not stand for that one iota.
100%.
No, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Ollie, what's your feelings on Scarpa not being in the squad?
Playing, absolutely. I don't know why he's not playing him. Maybe he's tired. Who knows? You know what the club's like. They don't tell us anything. And when they do tell us something, it's not really quite true.
It's usually bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly. We don't know what's happening with him, but he should be on the pitch. He should be on the pitch playing, doing what he does best, passing balls, scoring goals. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Why is he playing? It's crazy. Absolute crazy. And Danilo, he should be playing. Absolute craziness.
It is, mate. It really is. Mate, they're saying you're quiet in the chat. Jolly Ollie, you are a legend.
Thank you, mate.
Absolute legend. Thank you for coming on, man.
Carry on the good work. Let's keep it up, boys. You Reds.
You Reds, Jolly Ollie. You gotta come back again, mate. You gotta come back. You're an absolute legend, Jolly Ollie. Thank you so much for being on, buddy. Do appreciate it. I'm just going to pull up some of the comments, then we'll bring Tim in as well. Tim is a legend of the channel as well. This one's an interesting one for me, because I got to say, Michael, you are one of the most positive, in a good way, I'm saying that. Not that it's a bad thing to be positive, but yeah, you will always be positive, but today was a shit show, onwards and upwards, and it's even getting, today seems to have hit hard, hasn't it? I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me saying it because of my brother and the rivalry we have, but it feels like it hit quite hard with a lot of the fan base today. Like it was almost a full confirmation, that seal on it that we ain't getting shit away from home, are we?
Can I just say that I didn't expect us to get much out of today, as you know. But what's most disappointing for me is the performance was so poor. There was a lack of cohesion. There didn't seem to be any sort of plan. It just looked like, again, it looked like going back to the beginning of the season. It looked like 11 players that didn't know each other. That's what worried me. No progression.
Spot on. It's worrying. It's definitely worrying times. Should we bring poor Tim on? Tim's been patiently waiting. Tim's an absolute legend.
Oh, Tim.
How are you, bud?
I'm all right. Disappointed,
Yeah.
but
Bless you.
like the rest of us, I just want to have a confession out there. Since I brought the new kit, Scarpa on the back, he's not
Yeah, he has
even
upload.
been on the bench or anything.
Oh, that's what it is it? Tim?
Yeah, blame me, guys. On that one.
Well, the mystery has
But,
unravelled.
yeah, seriously.
Tim,
Have you still got receipt? Have you still got receipt, mate?
Yes, mate. I'm going to send it back.
I take it back.
Tim, I want to ask you a question. How many Forest fans do you think would pick Lingard ahead of Scarpa?
Well, Dennis.
Out of the 30,000 that goes to the ground and hundreds of thousands above, zero.
Yeah.
In all fairness,
it feels like there's only one man.
Lingard?
It feels like there's only one man that would
the only
do that.
one. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's been the case all season, but
that.
that's been the case all season, hasn't it, Tim? Because we've said, why is he still persisting with him when we hadn't seen any decent performances, anything from him really? The only little spell he had was around the time of the Tottenham Cup game, wasn't it? He had a couple of good games then, and then that's all he's done all season. So yeah, why has Cooper persisted with Lingard all season?
Half decent games.
Agreed.
That's it. Yeah.
And it has been hard. I mean, I was on the fence when we signed him. It could be a decent signing.
Yeah.
If he did what he did for West Ham for us. But he's done jack shit. And how you can put a player like that above other players, I just don't understand. I'd rather have Dennis or Surridge in front of Lingard.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tim. I was quite positive about the signing because of what he did with West Ham last year. And I've been quite supportive of him in the fact that I was thinking, come on, just give him games, get him fit, let him. But it's not happening. And today, he looks so unfit today that I can't understand why he was picked.
Yeah. Picked and played before better players. That's what gets me. And we as fans can see that. The person who's in charge doesn't see it.
He's seeing something else, isn't he? You're right, absolutely spot on, though, and he looks unfit. Not only lack of match fitness, but just lack of general fitness, didn't he?
I don't think he's unfit. I'm sorry. I don't think he's unfit. Because one, I don't think with this fucking overcautious medical staff of us, they let anyone on who's less than 99% fit for a start. Secondly, I think that's Lingard. That is Lingard, man. Lingard is all about Lingard, man. He talks about that stupid quote he put out the other day. Honestly, I remember you sent it to me, Ant. You were saying it was good and shit. It fucking pissed me off. It pissed me off because it's all about Lingard. It's all about Lingard. Yeah, look where we are compared to where West Ham are. And they're gonna tell me that I made the wrong choice.
No,
I don't care what choice.
No. Don't misunderstand. I just thought it was funny that he pointed that out, that we're above West Ham, and I can see what he means.
All he had. He's
making it about him. He's making it about him. I don't care if he didn't go to West. I wish he did. My God, they dodged a bullet there.
You say the medical staff say he's fit and he played. There's a difference between being not injured and being match fit. I think he's not injured. He's just not match fit. He doesn't look in shape. He doesn't look in shape to me. I don't know if I'm wrong about it. He doesn't look.
I agree. I agree with Chuck.
What does Cooper see in him above the others. That's what gets me.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
a poor decision from our manager, and I will back Steve Cooper 100% still now. I think because if we get on the bandwagon of let's get rid of Cooper now, who are we going to get in? And we're going to get relegated.
I
if
agree
we
with you,
change
Tim.
a manager now,
No, I agree
we are
with
going
you,
to
Tim.
get relegated.
And not only do I agree with the fact that who we're going to bring in, but the last thing we want is for that ground to turn toxic against our manager. That's the last thing we need. So I agree. Whilst he's in the job, fully support him. Because as I say, we don't want it going toxic, and there's no alternative at the moment.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
I don't agree with some of the tactics and the substitutions that he makes. Like you've all said, that he brings in the old favourites rather than trying something different.
What did you think of Dennis's performance today, Tim?
In all fairness, I didn't see the game. I only listened to it on the radio while I was at work.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But
Why weren't you in the watch along, Tim?
I was at work, mate. I'm
No
sorry.
excuses, mate.
I can't have YouTube on while I'm driving a bus around Nottingham. I'm sorry, mate.
I'm looking out for you.
Hey, Tim, I'm with you on that one, mate. I'm with you on that one.
It's like priorities there, mate. Look
Fair
after
enough,
96
I'll let you
people
off.
on the bus. But either way, I would start Dennis up front. Do him
Up front.
as a job that he's supposed to be there for. We brought him in as a striker. He gave him nothing to start with. Now we're starting to play him. Play the players where they're supposed to be. That's my opinion.
It's a great
But
point.
at the end of the day, it's Cooper that decides.
Yeah.
He sees something different to what we see on the training ground.
Yeah. Tim,
I don't know what.
do we survive?
Well, I predicted 17th. I know it's way below what you guys, and I will stick with that. I think we will, just by the skin of his teeth.
Away at Palace, last game of the season, squeaky bum time kind of thing.
Yeah, well, you know what? Palace haven't had a shot on target in the last 3 games. You think we're bad? They have not had one shot on target in the last 3 games.
Have you seen their fixture list, mate? I mean, can you blame them?
It's horrendous.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. Tim, you're an absolute legend. You carry on driving those buses. If you can sneak a quick listen in every now and again, I won't tell them you did.
I will do, guys. Anyway,
Thanks for your support,
It's
Tim.
been an absolute pleasure having you on, buddy. Thanks for jumping in and coming.
I love this channel, mate.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Mate,
bless you. We love you, mate. We love you guys, all of you.
Honestly,
Brilliant.
I'm feeling so much calmer chatting to you guys, reading the guys in the chat. It's been a therapy for us, I think, more than you guys. But,
I was kind of dreading coming on because I thought this is going to be so doom and gloom. We all feel bad. But I tell you what, I've been so cheered up by the guys that have come on, and the guys in the
some of the jokes in the chat.
100%.
Tim,
and that's down to you guys, so thank you.
Tim, one final request before we let you go. I can't find the comment now. Who wrote it? It absolutely killed me. They said, can you change the number on the back of your shirt from 31 to 39 and change the word Scarpa to Wood, please?
Not a chance. I'll go try and get a full
No,
They'll
get him out
the team.
They'll get him out of the team.
Well, yeah. Hopefully he's going to be out anyway. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that Jono's not going to be seriously injured.
That is
if he's out for a couple of weeks, hopefully Cooper will see this and think, bring Scarpa in that position.
Yeah,
I hope so. Yeah,
absolutely.
In one way, yeah, and the other way, no. But anyway, guys, thanks for all your hard work, guys.
You're a legend, Tim.
And
Thanks for jumping in, buddy.
see you later.
Have a good one. All the best.
See
Bye.
you soon. Take care, mate.
What a lovely guy, mate. Honestly,
aren't our people fantastic? Eh? They're all
of you in chat. All of you in chat. You are the real ones.
Absolutely incredible. We've got the best.
They're just unbelievable. The comments, they just know the right tone of comment, how to cheer you up, how to just make you feel better. I start this stream thinking, just give everyone a voice, let people get the stuff off their chest, make people feel better about the result. And it's them doing it, man. It's them doing it. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Jeremy saying the vacuum's still going on in the background. Oh, God. I just want to quickly talk about Wood. I want to talk about... Imagine we get this bell end on, man. Imagine he comes on. I wonder what he's got to say for himself. But Wood, man. I mean, that was weird, wasn't it? 72 seconds or whatever it was. In he comes and out he goes. And it didn't look like a major kick. He got a bit of a heel in the side of his thigh. And next thing you know,
evidently it is a dead leg. And I know that dead legs don't sound serious, but they can be really serious. You know, it's
is
like
that what it was? I haven't.
Yeah,
obviously
it's like
been out, so-
thrombosis. It's like thrombosis.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. So
Yeah. That might actually speed him up, mate. I don't know. I don't know. But again, it was like, did you see, and the reason I'm bringing up Wood, and guys in the chat, I want to know what you lot think, right? MG Dub today. He's my boy. I love him. He's still our best player, but I honestly felt with Wood being dropped out the team that it would free up MG Dub to be MG Dub. And guys, I want to know what you thought about MG Dub there, right? I thought it was one of his worst games today. I've got to talk straight. I've got to try and be objective as much as I love him. Yeah. I didn't think he influenced the game. His corners, as we alluded to in the first half, were woeful, man. But it's been a few games, hasn't it? It's been a few games. I've tried to blame Wood, but have I been unfair to Wood blaming him?
I think so.
Is MG Dub just off form? How do you guys take it?
That's it. He's just not on his best form at the moment. That's it. It's as simple as that.
A lot saying he needs a rest.
I just noticed, by the way, that Ezra's still pining for I've forgotten his fucking name now. Jed Spence. He's still pining for Jed Spence. He's got his bloody thing on.
Oh no, no. This is my Niakate tribute. Niakate's got one.
All right, I thought maybe you knackered yourself out when Felipe gave you a glance or something. You know?
Oh, I'm still cleaning up that mess, mate.
But yeah, I'm a little worried about my boy Morgan. I've got to be honest. Yeah, I don't know if he needs another Ez pep talk just to bring him round. And I need to go for a slash. So you guys do your thing, and I'll be right back.
Well, I think Wolverine kind of mentioned it the other day, but he seemed like he was rushed back from his last injury, and then he's being pushed into the limelight, and there is obviously a lot of pressure for him to be the main man. This is why you need Scarpa in there. Scarpa can take that pressure off MG Dub, and I do feel too much weight is on his shoulders at the moment. And I also do agree with what Wolverine said the other week, that I think he did get rushed back from that injury, because the talk was, it might have been a Cooper injury timeline as usual, saying he'd be out for a few games, but he was back the next game after the Man U Cup tie, wasn't he? And he only got injured the week before against Wolves. So it's worrying, because so much good comes through him, and yes, we are over reliant on him. And if we're getting we are at the business end of the season where we need our key players to come to the fore, maybe he needs a game or two or a half or two out for a little while just to give him some rest. But I don't know, we're going from week to week, so there's no midweek games at the moment.
You know what else I think might be an issue with him is that you're absolutely right. We're all relying on him so much, and if the players around him aren't doing their bits, it's hard for one player to carry a team like that. And the pressure and a dip in form, he's entitled to a dip in form. That happens with players. If the other players around him are playing well, you can get through that dip in form without it being too noticeable, because you're not relying on that player. And that's what I think. I feel is happening with him. He's having to do too much.
Yeah. Just very quickly, Media Man really didn't see the need to call other channels, whoever they may be, happy clappers. Mate, there's nothing I wouldn't say to your face. We don't deploy your tactics of talking behind people's back. So if you got something to say it to our face. Sorry.
Hang on. Jamie, happy clappers, right? I like happy clappers. What isn't a happy clapper? A happy clapper to me is somebody that supports their team no matter what. And they're entitled to do that. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't even think of it as a derogatory term. Yeah. It's just we
I've called you
sometimes
a
get,
happy clapper, haven't I?
we sometimes get called all sorts of names, you know, negative and all that lot. We're not negative. We love our club. We just point out what we believe are flaws in some of our players because we care. So there doesn't need to be any sort of angst between any sort of channels. You know, we're all Forest channels. We're all Forest fans. There shouldn't be an issue, honestly.
Ez, you're on mute.
You're on mute, Ez.
I don't know. Yeah, and the other thing is, happy clap away all you want, yeah? Just don't fucking tell me how I should feel. Simple as that. Ez, you're still on mute, buddy. Sabotage.
It's probably just as well.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah,
we're
we
all
are
Forest.
exactly.
We're all
Lights out.
Forest.
You are spot on. You are spot on, mate. Like, people need to get over their own egos. People need to just get on with it. People need to accept everyone's opinions and get on with it. Don't agree.
And sometimes also, you know what we're like. We take the piss. We have a laugh. It's fun. You know, that's what it's meant to be. Let's not take it all so seriously.
You're still mute, Ez.
Let's not take it all so seriously. It's fun.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, yeah, the channel is open. You want to come on and say something? Knock yourself out, mate. We're open.
Yeah, Jamie, come on if you want to come on, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Not an issue.
Yeah.
We're happy
Kev,
to
good to see you, buddy. How are you, Kev? I've been out, had a meal with the family, same as a few beers, and I'm done for the day. I'm 1% away from accepting relegation. Hold on to that 1%. Hold on, brother. Hold on, Kev. Drop me a WhatsApp message if it will make you feel a bit better. But it's hard, and we agree it's hard. And that's why we're here, just to cheer everyone up. Ez?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Can you hear me now?
Hear me now, blood.
Have I missed my slot? I needed to say something then because
Knock yourself out, mate. The forum's open for whoever wants it.
I just want to respond to the happy clapper comments and stuff like that. Why does anyone think it's aimed at them for a start?
Exactly.
And number two, like Wolverine said, if we are going to call people out, we'll do it to their faces. We won't do it behind people's back and go around slagging people off to other people and
sending private DMs.
Yeah, sending private chats to other people and warning them off this person for being toxic. So if you want to dish it out, let's dish it out. But don't chat shit. You're a grown boy. Don't hang around with some fucking prick telling you what to do, yeah? And if you want to be a man about it, be a man about it. Don't be the messenger boy for somebody else. Send him on himself if he wants to fucking talking shit. Anyway, I've said my bit.
That's Ez's opinion anyway.
That was worth unmuting for, wasn't it? I'll mute myself again.
It's exactly that. It's exactly that. All right, so a couple more things we need to discuss. We've got Newcastle coming up, boys. Newcastle coming up. We're at home. Alhamdulillah, we are at home.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
Yeah. Does that, for those of you who don't know, that means thank God. Thank God we're at home.
It means hallelujah.
It reminds me of a song. Alhamdulillah.
Bismillah. A bit of thingy, innit? Queen. Yeah, it's, look, Newcastle can't score. Yeah, but cometh the hour, cometh the team you want to play against if you're struggling for goals, cometh the Reds. Are you guys worried about Newcastle, or is it too soon to talk about Newcastle? I don't know what you guys think in the chat. Hopefully I haven't seen Spacebar in here yet. I'm sure he's ready and raring to go. But I don't know. And how are you feeling about Newcastle?
I'm okay because it's the City ground. You know, that's all I can say. It's the City ground, and we're capable of beating any club, any team at the City ground. So I'm not too worried. I'll be there. And I wouldn't be in the slightest surprised if we beat them 1-0. Won't be more than one.
I would, mate. I would. I love what Keith said. I love it if we beat them. Love it. Absolutely love it. But do you realistically think we can? Do you think that for that to happen, and there needs to be changes in the either mentality of the tactics, the team selection, or can that team with the crowd carry us over?
I'd like to see changes in the team and the tactics. I'm not entirely convinced there will be changes in the team or the tactics. But the crowd, is it the? I don't know. Is it? It can't be just the crowd. I mean, our away support is magnificent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
that's
often
true.
outsing the other fans anyway. So I just think there's something special about our ground. I mean, it's proven this season, isn't it? I mean, we've not lost a home since September. I mean, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. You know. So yeah, I'm confident that we can get a 1-0. Unfortunately, only a 1-0, but because Newcastle can't score. They are falling off a cliff. You know what I mean?
Nor
So-
could Everton, mate. They scored 2 at the City
That is
ground.
true. That is true. Stop coming with your goddamn logic.
I'm just being the objective voice of reason, you know. Not negative.
I know. I understand what you're saying as well, but you got to keep some faith, haven't you? You know what I mean? You got to have something to hold on to.
But and this is a key point from Sci-Fi. If Niakate comes back in and if Jono's not injured, he gives us a chance. I
Hey,
agree
listen.
with that.
If
But are we
Niakate could come in and Jono's not injured and we put Danilo into the midfield and we put Scarpa on the left, yeah, all these things, I think we've got a far greater chance than if we play the same team as today without Jono.
Brian, thank you for your lovely comments in the chat. They mean a lot, bro. Thank you, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Ez, are we putting too much on Niakate? Because I know I am, yeah. But needs and musts, mate.
Must.
Yeah, are we putting too much on him?
We are, but that's because everyone else has been shit. No one else has been good enough. I'm sorry, we haven't been good enough. We haven't been good enough. McKenna's not been good enough. Cook's not been good enough. Worrell definitely isn't good enough. They didn't give Bardet a chance to find out whether he was good enough or not. So yes, the pressure is on Niakate to be back. Now, I kind of touched on it earlier, but for me, play him now. I don't care if he gets injured afterwards, but play him now. Let's get the points we need right now, rather than waiting to see. Give him a few more games to get back. Like Ant alluded to, if he's good enough, fit enough to be on a bench, he's got to be fit enough to start at some point. You know, and I would not, as long as he has a good week in training, touch wood, nothing happens, inshallah, I would be starting him on Friday against Newcastle, 100%. Him and Felipe is getting me going already, but him and Felipe will allow us to play the way we've been wanting to play all season. It would make a massive difference. And yes, the pressure's on him. Yes, we're building him up a bit too much, but he's even a half-fit Niakate is better than what we've got. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I'm going to put a poll out, guys. Would you start Niakate on Friday? And where are you on the Niakate debate?
Oh, you know where I am.
I mean, I've still got to ask.
Yeah, just kill some airtime.
As said, if he's fit enough to be on the bench today, with another week's training, he's got to be fit enough to start on Friday. It's got to be.
Sorry, Anne. I wrote draw. I meant bench. Sorry, guys. You know what I mean? It's late. Go on, Anne. Sorry.
That's it. That's it. If he was fit enough to be on the bench today, another week's training, he should be fit enough to start on Friday. Let's start him. Niakate left centre back. Felipe right centre back. Sounds good to me. Lodgy and Aurier sounds good to me.
Okay, but I'm going to pull you up.
Especially against a team that can't score.
And I'm going to pull you up about your whole fit versus match fit. Yeah? Where do you stand on this one with Niakate?
Yeah, well, he probably won't be match fit, will he? But he'll have to get match fit, won't he?
Basically, you're saying come what may, start him, right?
I think there's a difference between the physical condition and ability of Niakate as against physical condition and ability of Lingard. I think there's a difference regarding.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, Niakate is a defender, and as we said earlier on, you don't need quite the same fitness as you do as an attacking midfielder or a forward.
Why is Ant's glass so big, Stanley? Because it's always half full, mate. It's always half full.
So I don't have to keep refilling it.
Keith saying, "How have you guys cheered me up? It's amazing, guys. It's all together. It's the combo of you lot and everything. And you guys just made me laugh with the vote. So 91% have said yes, start him on Friday. 4% said no, and 4% of you went for the draw." Cool. All right, I think I've just looked at the clock. We've been going an hour and a half. I said to the boys before, let's just do half an hour, get shit off our chest, and then here we are, an hour and a half later. Guys, you've been amazing as always. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much for just being here, for the support. This is one hell of a family we're building up together. We are 5 subscribers away as well from 9.5K. It's absolutely fantastic. The channel is just crazy what you guys are doing to it. Andy's saying this channel is just like we are in a pub discussing the team. It's just honest
Hold
opinions
that
and a
thought.
fucking good
Hold that
laugh.
thought. Guys, anybody who's Nottingham based, just keep a lookout for any notifications coming up over weekend if you're Nottingham based, okay?
Yeah,
You might have a little surprise.
if you're in Nottingham, yeah, maybe just keep your diaries a little loose Monday night. Yeah, keep it a little loose Monday night, and we'll let you know. We'll let you know. Yeah, we just got to decide how pissed we are. Still come Monday. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. You guys are absolute legends. We need 11 more of you to hit the like button before you leave to get it over the ton mark. Thank you guys so much. It's honestly, and I mean thank you in terms of sorting out the moods, sorting out the depression, sorting everything out. You guys are amazing. We love you all, and we'll see you on tomorrow's video. Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.